if I delete it for the sake of the people, then I've never really done it for the sake of Allah.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a very important question. If you are giving da'wah or you are advising somebody personally that you know in real life, then you're better equipped to gauge whether or not being harsh with them is going to work versus being gentle with them. Or if reminding them of Allah's punishment and wrath is going to be more likely to get the desired outcome versus reminding them of Allah's mercy and reward. However, when we record these videos online, they're going out to a countless amount of people. It could be hundreds of thousands of different people who watch the video. It's impossible to cater to everyone. Not only that, but sometimes it's not about telling people what they want to hear, but it's about telling people what they need to hear. And they might not like that. They might not have a positive reaction to that. However, at the same time, you might advise people regarding something important, but you do it in a way that is going to prevent them from accepting the advice that you're giving them. Whereas if you just went about it in a way that was wiser, they would have accepted it. So what can we do? Now, firstly, obviously, we should try to seek as much knowledge as we can. We should try to acquire as much wisdom as we can through those who have preceded us, through scholars and people who are older and wiser than us. If there are trustworthy, knowledgeable people that we can consult, of course, that is very helpful. I would say definitely pray istikhara. When you make a decision, especially if it has to do with something you know is controversial, that you might feel a bit iffy about, pray istikhara. I'd also like to add that just because you made a decision to post a video and you feel like you had ikhlas, you were doing it for the sake of Allah, if you see a reaction that is unfavorable and you start to maybe regret it for a good reason, maybe you see some of the comments and you're like, oh yeah, maybe this wasn't the right thing to do, then taking down that video or retracting it doesn't mean that you didn't have ikhlas. It doesn't mean that you weren't sincerely doing it for Allah when you first posted it. Just like leaving it up doesn't mean that you did have ikhlas when you posted it. Someone might post something online that is completely true. It's wise, it's well done, well thought out. The information is fantastic, but there might be a whole slew of people in the comments that are upset about it. The issue isn't with the video, the issue is with those people, right? That's possible. It's also possible somebody might post a video that's horrible, has information that is inauthentic, it's unwise, it's very backwards, and the people love it. So the bottom line is we can't please everybody, especially if you want to talk about things that are really important. If you want to touch on those issues that are sensitive, you're gonna ruffle some feathers. It's just what's gonna happen, But what can we do other than try to make sure that, number one, we need knowledge precedes action. So we need to seek knowledge of the religion, knowledge of the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and try to make sure that we are acting in line with that the information that we're saying is correct. And do our best. Try to make sure that we have ikhlas, pray istikhara, do the best that we can, and then have tawakkul. And if we make a mistake, there's nothing shameful in retracting or taking down a video or apologizing. Just like there's no honor in being stern about a mistake that you made. At the end of the day, we ask Allah for guidance. We ask that Allah accept our good deeds, that Allah forgive us our bad deeds, and Allah knows best.